Is what's going on? Dr. Frank here, founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs. And in today's brief video, I want to take some time and talk about pornography addiction. And I want to tell you a little bit about the real reason why I quit and help you figure out why maybe you should consider quitting watching porn. Here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching, we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and pornography. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you find today's video valuable. Okay. So when I was starting my journey to quitting porn, one of the first things I did was I went to YouTube because I would constantly see Instagram posts and I would constantly see posts saying like 90 days of no fap, become a Greek god, 90 days of no fap, turn into a different person, be the most productive human being ever. Stop watching porn, it's ruining your relationship. Stop watching porn, it's ruining your testosterone levels. Stop watching porn, it's ruining your motivation. Here's the thing. When you have an addiction, no matter what that addiction is to, whether it's to nicotine, pornography, weed, or alcohol, it's a very personal experience. And that experience depends on your relationship with the substance. And today we're going to be talking about porn as a drug, which by all means it really is. You can get a dependence on it. You can increase a tolerance to it. You can go through withdrawal symptoms from it. But everyone's experience, everyone's relationship with pornography probably looks a little different. And this was truly harmful to me when I was trying to quit watching porn, a lot of these videos. And I'm going to explain why that is. Let's say you see a post and it says, quit watching porn so you have better relationships. Well, what if you're already in a healthy relationship? What if your relationship looks great, but for some reason you still want to quit? There was points in my life where I had that. I was in a healthy relationship, yet I still wanted to quit watching porn. Well, that reason suddenly didn't apply to me. Now, they might talk about finances. Quit watching porn because it's costing you money. Maybe for some people, they're spending money on OnlyFans, Pornhub Premium. You're paying for content. That wasn't the case for me. I wasn't spending money on this. Okay? Now, what about the decreased motivation and the decreased sex drive? What if that's not the case for you? What if you find yourself going to the gym and working out? What if you find yourself to have a sex drive that's perfectly healthy and it's had absolutely no impact between you and your partner? Now what? Why should you quit watching porn? Why would you feel so guilty? Why would you feel so shameful after watching porn? For me, quitting came down to having to determine why I felt so bad about it. Not why someone on YouTube told me, not why an Instagram influencer told me to quit watching porn. It was, why is this harming me? Why is this a problem for me personally? And for me, it was very simple. It came down to time. Say I watched porn once every other day for 10 to 15 minutes right before bed. That was typically the case when I would view adult media content. Those 10-minute increments add up each week. Maybe 10 minutes 6 times a week, that's 1 hour a week. 15 minutes 6 times a week, that's over an hour a week. Now, maybe that's an hour where during the week I said, oh, I didn't have time to work out today. Maybe that's an hour where I said, oh, I didn't have time to prep my breakfast or prep my lunch, so I wound up going out to eat fast food or eat something crappy. Maybe that's an hour where I didn't pick up a camera and shoot a YouTube video. Maybe that's an hour where I didn't edit a video. So for me, it came down to time. I wasn't respecting my time. And the more I started to value how I used my time, the more disgust and disdain I grew for pornography. Because the more I valued my time, the less pornography fit into my lifestyle. And we're going to talk about how you can create a lifestyle that eliminates porn. That's probably, in my opinion, the easiest way to quit. But does that make sense? It had to do with time. That was what was burning me up inside. I had a decent relationship. I was in the gym working out for a majority until my other addictions weed really took that away from me for a long time. I got pretty sick between the weed and the nicotine and the not sleeping and the binge drinking. That's a different story though. And I never really felt accomplished after porn. I never really felt like I achieved something. Yes, sure, maybe you achieve an orgasm, but like, so what? Like what? Like that didn't help my business. That didn't help my relationship. That didn't help me earn more money. That didn't help me deepen my faith. Whatever it is you're into. So it was a feeling of just total and utter emptiness, and that bothered me. For a guy who's always hungry, for a guy like myself who always wants more out of life, more out of something, porn did not offer that. Like most addictions, addiction only creates lower lows, never higher highs. And for me, that was the case with pornography. So what would happen, you would start to chase that higher high by watching more intense videos, by watching different styles of things. Here's your tolerance. Your tolerance for pornography is now going up, as maybe you're neglecting other things in life and not even realizing it. And maybe porn is playing a role in that. Maybe it's not. You have to figure out how it relates to you. Now, when it came to quitting, there's apps out there that you can put on your phone. There's apps that you can put on your computer. But the reality is we live in like a hyper-sexualized time right now, right? Between social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, even the news will use clickbait articles these days. So the idea, in my opinion, of completely blocking yourself and removing yourself from that environment, I think is almost impossible. So for me, the first stages of quitting porn was creating a lifestyle in which pornography no longer fit. So instead of watching porn before bed, I'm going to watch a YouTube video on how to increase my audience retention time, how to make these videos more interesting for you guys. How do I keep you guys on this video versus hopping over onto the hub? If you're finding this helpful, let me know in the comments, because then that means I'm doing something to right. Just say, thanks, this is helpful, or dude, screw you, you're not offering me anything. Maybe I'll watch a video on learning a new hobby on YouTube. Maybe I'll read a book. Maybe I'll work out. Maybe I'll meditate. Maybe I'll write down a list of affirmations, daily affirmations. Maybe I'll take that 15 minutes at night and meal prep a healthier meal for breakfast, a healthier meal for lunch. So now I have more energy the next day. And then when I have free time, I have the energy to actually go accomplish something with that free time. Do you see how the snowball effect starts to occur? Everything requires momentum. When we watch porn, when we watch it a lot, you're going to pick up momentum, often in a negative direction. When you stop, you can start to build momentum in a positive direction. You meal prep your breakfast in the morning, you eat healthier, you have more energy, you make it to that gym that day, you feel better about your mental health, and boom, next thing you know, you're shooting a YouTube video about helping others how to quit porn addiction. But it takes momentum, okay? So start to fill that time with activities and maybe mindfulness practices or things like that, in which pornography no longer fits your lifestyle. That is, in my opinion, the easiest way to quit any addiction, but in particularly pornography addiction. Now, I want you guys to understand something else too. When they say porn ruins your testosterone, when they say porn ruins your motivation, there's a lot of studies out there that talk about the benefits of porn. And let's be honest, as human beings, we're wired to reproduce. Like, I'd say 99% of people on this planet, they want to bang, they want to orgasm, okay? So when you do that, your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine hardwires your brain to repeat that behavior over and over again. Yes, it makes you feel good, but more importantly, it hardwires your brain to repeat a behavior over and over again. So naturally, you want to orgasm. That's how we populate the earth. That's how reproduction happens. Porn kind of takes advantage of that, though. And then sometimes we can fall into an addiction with pornography, an addiction with a screen. And then instead of going after other things in life that make us feel achieved and give us dopamine, we become obsessed with porn. We become obsessed with media content. And that's where things take a turn for the worse. Now, here's the problem. Maybe that's not what's decreasing your testosterone. Maybe it's that you're starting to neglect your physical health. Maybe it's that your diet is poor. Maybe you have other addictions like nicotine, like THC. And maybe it's the combination of those things that's damaging your health. So when someone says, quit watching porn, you're going to have more testosterone, you're going to feel like you can take on the world in 90 days, maybe not. Maybe porn wasn't even that big of a factor for you. Maybe it's just what you decided to focus on. Maybe it's the nutrition that's a bigger factor. Maybe it's poor sleep patterns. Maybe instead of going to bed at a reasonable hour, you're up for an hour or two watching porn before bed. Maybe that's what's damaging your testosterone. Maybe that's what's screwing up your hormones. Maybe that's what's creating the depression and the anxiety. So I want you to take a more holistic overview, a 360 overview of your life. Where are you at right now? Where are things at right now? And why is your relationship with porn in such a negative place? Don't tell me why. Are you spending money on it? Is it destroying your ability to go work out? Is it ruining your sleep? Is it destroying your sex drive in your relationships? For me, I think it increased my sex drive. And honestly, I don't think it had a negative impact on my performance in the bedroom. Maybe it is for you. For me, it was my time. And it was how I valued my time and my energy and the things that I wanted to accomplish. And watching 10 or 15 minutes of porn no longer moved the needle forward in the lifestyle that I was trying to create for myself. Let me know if you found this video valuable, okay? Let me know why you want to quit, not why other people tell you to quit. Really think about it. List it in the comments. And follow me into the next video where I talk a little bit about the timeline for pornography withdrawal symptoms. Because it is like a drug. When you quit it, you detox. I'll see you guys there.